Ever wondered why Emirates can't just retire its fleet of A380s? In today's video, we dive into the real reason Emirates is being forced to use these megajets. When the A380 first arrived on the scene in the mid-2000s, it was hailed as this game-changing super jumbo jet. With its massive two-floor design and capacity for over 600 passengers, the A380 was set to revolutionize long-haul travel, and no airline bought into that vision more than Emirates. Emirates went all in on the A380, ordering a staggering 175 of these megajets. That's more than all other airlines combined. For Emirates, the A380 would be their flagship aircraft to not only dominate travel between Asia and Europe, but also cement their hub in Dubai as the premier connection point between East and West. On the surface, it made sense, right? Emirates was on a growth trajectory to become a leading global carrier, and the A380 seemed like the perfect vessel to propel them to the top. What better statement of luxury and enormous capacity for the boom times of air travel? But over the past decade, the story has changed dramatically. It turns out operating the A380 has become an absolute nightmare, financially speaking. And now Emirates is trapped having to keep flying their massive fleet of these money pit megajets. So, what went wrong? How did this plane go from a status symbol of innovation to a burden dragging Emirates down? First, let's do a quick rundown of Emirates' fleet. Emirates operates a whopping 115 A380s, by far the largest fleet worldwide. They also have about 165 Boeing 777s of various models. But it's the Airbus A380 that was really the apple of Emirates' eye starting in the 2000s. Emirates President Tim Clark saw the A380 as a key to dominating long-haul international routes between Dubai and global megahubs like London, Singapore, and New York. Dubai's location put it in prime position to connect East and West, and Emirates leveraged that, using massive A380s to connect the dots and make Dubai a global aviation superhub. Emirates believed wholeheartedly in the A380. Even as others canceled orders, Emirates doubled down, placing follow-on orders totaling over 170 super jumbos since 2000. Their belief was that global travel demand would justify filling all those seats. And on the passenger experience side, Emirates really spared no expense outfitting their A380s. They added luxurious features like onboard lounges and showers, turning these aircraft into flying luxury hotels. Clearly, early on Emirates saw the A380 as the future. So that was the vision. Now, let's look at the harsh realities of actually operating the A380 day to day. This aircraft quickly went from a source of pride to a colossal headache. First off, the four engines on the A380 are extremely thirsty beasts. We're talking about over 12,000 gallons of fuel per hour. With jet fuel being one of the highest operating costs, that adds up fast. Compare that to the Boeing 787 Dreamliner, which uses composite materials and next-gen engines to sip fuel. We're talking a difference of around 5,000 gallons per hour. That's a huge amount. Now, add in the issue of maintenance. This complex double-decker super jumbo requires meticulous upkeep and service. Parts and mechanics capable of working on them are expensive and time-consuming. The landing gear in particular needs full overhaul rebuilds halfway through the aircraft's life at considerable cost. And the plane's huge weight puts more strain on components as well. Next, let's talk about things from the revenue side. In theory, the A380's 500-plus seats seem great for profit, but here too there are major pitfalls. The problem is airlines struggle to fill all those seats consistently outside of a few ultra-high traffic routes. For many destinations, the A380 is just too much plane, so plentiful seating goes to waste. Having all that empty space is an inefficient use of capacity that directly hurts the bottom line. But conversely, you can't cancel flights because the routes need more frequency with right-sized aircraft. All these drawbacks have made the A380 a very difficult aircraft to profit from. So, while Emirates went all in on their super jumbo fleet, the rest of the industry has gone cold on the A380. When the A380 first entered service in 2007, future orders were robust. Airbus had lined up commitments for over 300 aircraft from 14 different operators. But over the last decade, order books have eroded as reality set in. Airlines realized the challenges of turning a profit with such a large aircraft. High-profile carriers like Qantas began canceling or deferring their remaining A380 orders. In 2019, Airbus made the landmark decision to discontinue A380 production altogether by 2021. The final nail in the coffin was COVID-19. With decimated travel demand, most airlines couldn't justify operating their remaining A380s. The fleet became one of the first things cut. Today, the once rosy outlook for the A380 has wilted. Now the program's future rides almost entirely on Emirates' fleet. So, this begs the question, why doesn't Emirates just follow other airlines' lead and begin phasing out their A380s? Well, they'd certainly like to, but the problem lies in the financing agreements made when purchasing their A380s. Similar to mortgages, airlines don't fully own aircraft right after delivery. They make payments over many years before taking full ownership. For example, Emirates only finished paying off their first A380 deliveries from 2004 after 12 years in 2017, and they won't have paid off their newest deliveries until closer to 2030. With tens of millions still owed per aircraft, Emirates just can't permanently retire their A380s without taking major financial hits. Additionally, they also want to utilize the full life cycle of parts like the wings and landing gear before selling off planes. This also allows them to maximize the resale value. All of this explains why Emirates' hands are tied when it comes to ditching their A380s. They have little choice but to keep flying them, while very slowly phasing them out as financing terms end. This difficult situation prompted Emirates to actually place a follow-on order for up to 36 more A380s in early 2018. The thinking was that adding newer planes on better financing terms could soften the blow of operating their existing A380s. But now, even Emirates has completely given up on the A380. They canceled that 2018 order and will instead focus on next-gen wide bodies like the 787 to complement their 777s. Clearly, the writing is on the wall for the A380, but with 10 plus years left before their entire fleet is paid off, Emirates remains stuck flying their super jumbos well into the future. For now, Emirates continues to make the best of their difficult A380 predicament. While competitors grounded their planes, Emirates doubled down on destinations their super jumbos could profitably serve. Mainly, these are ultra-long-haul routes connecting Dubai with major world hubs, where high traffic can better sustain the A380. Flights over 8+ hours like London, Tokyo, Sydney, and Los Angeles. But make no mistake, the A380's glory days are over. By mid-2020s, Emirates will likely retire its first wave of 15 to 20 super jumbos. From there, more will be slowly phased out through the decade as financing ends. By 2030, Emirates' A380 fleet could easily be half its current size, and within 5 to 10 years after that, remaining aircraft not sold off could see conversion to freighters. It's the end of an era, but time and economics wait for no one. For now, Emirates will leverage Dubai's position to keep the A380 flying major routes profitably for as long as possible. But eventually, the Queen of the Skies will cede her crown to more modern, economical, long-haul jets like the 787, such as the inevitable changing of the guard. What started as a dreamy vision took a few unexpected turns, reminding us that even in the world of high-flying dreams, reality has its own plans. But hey, don't write off the A380 just yet. Who knows what the future holds? Maybe it'll find a new life in innovative ways we can't even imagine. As we glide toward the horizon, remember that the skies are full of stories, and this, my friends, is just one chapter. Before you go, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Until next time, keep soaring high.